The first thing is this issue of race. And of course, we know that it's all thrown out there for anyone to respond to, but there was an article that we were talking about who raised the race issue. As if, you know, it wasn't already raised since the campaign started. But I'm interested in finding out, first of all, have they even raised the race issue? Have we even gotten to that for real? Or have we just been skirting around it?
Well, I think the issue has been raised. What concerns me the most is the issue that's been raised within the African American community. I know we have a lot of people saying, you know, they were criticizing Obama, saying that his comment about there haven't been a lot of presidential candidates that look like me was a direct connection to his race. But I'm more concerned with the fact that within our community we're talking about whether or not Obama's black enough or whether or not he's going to address as many black issues as he needs to address. I think we do have to hold all politicians accountable, and so we should treat this situation the same way we would treat anyone who is an intelligent candidate that's hopefully working for the good of the people.
I do feel that Barack Obama, in this instance, within the McCain campaign, actually did bring it to the forefront when he said that even though a lot of people on the dollar bills do not look like me, but in one of those quotes he did say, Odelia, don't forget, he is black. So that did bring it to the forefront. I don't think he should have said, and especially singing it out when he said, he singled out John McCain and George Bush in terms of talking about that. So I didn't feel that that was the right angle to approach, when as before he was more so talking about his pundits who were talking about the race issue, but now he's starting to single out John McCain and George Bush, and I kind of knew that they were going to go that way, in which they did. They started attacking him for it. I think that the whole Hillary Clinton race really prepared them for making sure that Hillary Clinton, what she did, especially doing all the dramatic things to Barack Obama for that long, really gave John McCain a huge almost a play-by-play manual of how to run against Barack Obama, what to do, because Hillary Clinton, after Texas, Ohio.
So the answer is Hillary Clinton has raised race then?
Well, the answer is Hillary Clinton gave a play to really bring Barack Obama down to size. You know, when Barack Obama said that, GOP pounced on it, and they are not soft when it comes to pouncing on individuals, and we're seeing that. We're seeing it, and that's definitely playing out in the media.
I think we have to take it back a step further, and I think the minute that Barack Obama declared his candidacy, the issue of race emerged without any initial statements, without any strategies, positive or negative. I think his very presence as a candidate raises the issue of race, and I think a deeper question is who exacerbated the issue of race, who has tried to play on the issue of race as a way to make people think that Barack Obama is not a viable candidate for the highest office in the land.
Yeah, and the other thing is that it's strange, because anytime people of African descent rise to a certain level or accomplish certain things, it has to be discussed almost as if you shouldn't be saying the issue of race, as if you shouldn't be proud to be of African American descent. I know that if Hillary Clinton had won the nomination, the issue of her being a female would have been something of great, pride. Oh, America's come this far where they're allowed, they're able to accept them. It should be the same thing with Obama, where America has come this far where they're willing to accept a person of African descent, given the history of the way people of African descent have been treated throughout the years.
Now, who was the senator that was mentioned in the particular article? What was his name again? The senator that was in the article that we were talking about?
Clyburn. Clyburn, yes.
And the thing is, though, like I had made a comment to y'all before the show, and sometimes I wish we could tape this stuff before the show. It's just as good or better sometimes than what we can talk about on air. I was looking at Cokie Roberts from ABC, and it really just aggravated me, because I like to look at the Sunday shows just to get a feel for what they're talking about, because ain't none of us on there. So I mean, I want to at least find out what the other side is thinking about some of this stuff, and at least be able to articulate it to those people that are watching this show, because a lot of us don't watch the Sunday shows. I know we do, Lori, but so she had made a statement about his vacation, and it really just bothered me. Because she said, he shouldn't have went to Hawaii, but he should have went to Myrtle Beach. And I was like, well, why can't he go? What's wrong with him going to Hawaii?
Exactly. Nothing at all.
Isn't he from Hawaii?
Yeah.
His grandmother's there.
Well, I think maybe her gripe was he might have went a little bit too far away. But we have to also keep in mind that John McCain also took a vacation back to his home state in Nevada once he completed his. And Barack Obama really has yet to take a long vacation just to get his mind right and settled again.
They said it looked elitist.
Well, I think
The elite calling him elite.
I mean, and we all see the whole thing with John McCain's $525 shoes. We see him married to one of the richest women in the United States of America. We see all of these things that, and nobody's talking about even John McCain, but all of a sudden Barack Obama, with his background, a community organizer, giving up a potentially seven-figure position just to go back and work within the community.
Him and his wife.
All of these things that he's done, but they point to, what do they point to? They point to arugula. They point to the fact that he likes to stay fit, and all of a sudden some people are starting to talk about him now because they say he's too skinny. So they're doing everything in the world to try to break him down and bring him down to size, except for really, it almost seems like they're not really pointing at his issues as much, and his a campaign now is Barack Obama's to lose. They're trying to bring him down and talk about how Barack Obama does not deserve to be there, but they're not really focusing on John McCain, even John McCain's people.
And moving from the issue of race to class is just another tactic. You know, you always, whenever you try and divide a group of people, especially within the African American community, that's the first thing they do. It's like, you're not light enough, or you're not dark enough, or you're too dark, or you make too much money. You know, it's just always something, that divide and conquer mentality that works not only within our community, but works on the outside in terms of the scare tactic as to whether or not people from outside of the community should be able to understand this individual.
Again, it goes back to the us versus them, you know. But the question is, who's the us? You know, I thought it was Americans. Okay, it's the us versus them, and I think it's very interesting because on the news the other day I was watching, I think it was CBS, which I was kind of surprised I was watching it. But they were bringing up a topic. They were talking about a new Democratic strategy, saying, who is Barack Obama? Is he one of us? What did he mean by that? What did he mean? What is he one of us? You know, we don't know who he is, you know, because he's from Hawaii. Like, that's a foreign country.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, I like the fact that if you just look at what Barack Obama's done, and it's, just to be candid, there is no president or potential presidential nominee in the history of this country who has done what Barack Obama has done. He is not the black candidate.